It was probably like around 11 o'clock, right? And I couldn't sleep. I was trying to sleep. I was just tossing and turning, and I just couldn't go to sleep. So I was like, man, forget it. I'm gonna go sleep with my daughter, right? So she's just to see how her bed feels. Maybe it's different. I just kept tossing and turning. So I go sleep with Adeline, her room, right? It's just me and her. She's already sleeping. So I go and I lay down, right? And I don't remember. Obviously, I don't remember the whole dream, but I remember the part that scared me. You know what I mean? Maybe a few minutes before, right? It was me, you, my wife, and my kids driving an old truck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whose truck it is. I don't know where this. I've seen this truck before, but we were coming out of I don't know where. That's the part where I kind of got lost. I don't remember where we came from, but you came with us for some reason, and then for some reason Ashley said, "I'm gonna drive." I don't know why. That was just kind of weird to me because I always gotta drive, right? So she was driving. I was in the passenger. You in the back with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but we were driving. Next thing you know, we're in Mexico. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why, but it just transitioned from us
Don't
being
know why.
here to
Yeah.
us driving in Mexico. And you know where we were at? You know my mom's rancho, that little street where you get there is kind of narrow
Yeah.
and kind of just weird.
Bunch of like trees everywhere. Kind
Just
of spooky.
trees everywhere. So we were
Creepy.
driving there.
Yeah.
And then and then Ashley takes us to this like it was a big man. If I knew how to draw, bro, I would draw right now. It was a wood fence, kind of like old and broken and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like somebody took out a bunch of furniture outside. Like there was like mattresses and wood, like drawers and like a lot. And then she just kind of parks. And all I remember saying like, oh man, like that's why you drove. So I got off, and me and you got off. Like she didn't say nothing. We all just got off. And I'm guessing she wanted us to pack some stuff to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's cheap like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember getting off, and you got off behind me because you were behind me and I was in the passenger. And I remember going around, and then Ashley, she goes in the front of the car, and all you see is the headlights shining at all the stuff. And I'm walking to the back of the truck. I'm guessing to open it. But as I'm walking between the truck and the wooden fence, it's probably like this much space. Right. So I gotta kind of walk. I hear crying.
Okay.
And I'm like, my first instinct was to be like, what did I say? I was like, wah, shut the fuck up. I don't know why, but it just, you try to be brave. You know how you
Yeah.
said earlier when
Yeah.
you saw the two devil feet, you wanted to
Mhm.
grab it?
Yeah.
That was me. I was like, wah, shut the fuck up. Because I knew it was a ghost. And then next thing you know, it was a little girl with no face just comes out from the bottom.
Of
From
where?
The fence there was a little like
Gap.
corroded gap, like if a dog kind of chewed it off and went in there, right?
Mm.
I heard the wham. I heard like crying, and I was just like, man, wham, shut the fuck up. And I kept walking, and then the little girl came out
Oh.
from the bottom with no face and just kind of ran at me.
Oh my god.
And that's when I woke up.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that area with the furniture,
Uh-huh.
I remembered it from another dream that man in my childhood that I
Yeah.
just remember, but don't remember if that makes sense.
Yeah, you kind of
Like I know for a fact I knew this is from another dream,
Right.
but I don't remember the other dream. I just remember that that's from another dream. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what
So
you're
that's
saying.
crazy how
They're connected in some way.
there's
It's
nothing
like
that
pieces.
there's nothing that kind of like if I say made me think of that. It's not like, hey, I was thinking about it earlier in the day, so I kind of dreamed of it. It just came randomly. Like we were just driving, we landed there. Like, and I'm not controlling nothing.
Yeah.
Like everything is just being played. Like I didn't kind of like, you know how sometimes you're walking down the hallway in your dream
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of think about, damn, what if I get scared and then something scary happens because you kind of like forced it.
Mm-hmm.
It came out of nowhere, bro.
Right.
And I just remember waking up and I was just like
Scared.
like
So much.
already kind
adrenaline?
of screaming.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn.
I think ever since you moved to your house, it kind of started
I
happening.
know, bro.
right?
It happened. This is the second time it happens.
Dude, I don't know what if there's some connection to that?
I don't know, man. Because before that, I would have sleep paralysis, but nothing like this.
Yeah.
Nothing to where I wake up like talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I was talking the whole time that I was having that dream.
So you know how kids like end up like kind of seeing stuff? Has your kid ever seen anything or acted weird in that house?
Nah.
No?
I mean, not that I know of.
Yeah.
Damn.
How old is your house? Do you know?
19 60s or something like that.
Okay, so I mean, some stuff might have happened.
Oh,
Right? I mean, there's
yeah.
been a couple families that might have lived in the house.
Somebody died for sure.
You think so?
Something or somebody died.
Do
Damn.
you feel that energy or not
No.
anymore?
I don't feel nothing.
Oh.
Maybe it comes later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think that's like one of those things where you just don't know. Like, if you're gonna buy a house, the first thing you want to know, somebody died.
Yeah, but
Right?
you don't go to www. Did somebody die in my house?
Exactly,
You know what I mean? So that's the
exactly.
thing that kind of sucks.
Which
but-
is why you get your grandma to bless the house, because you don't know if there's some lingering.
yeah, but that's
ghost or
kind
something.
of. I mean, I don't even go to church. You know what I mean? That's like kind of
Yeah.
like picking and choosing what you want to believe in. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you're gonna believe in it, you gotta believe in it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I never told you about the other dream that I had in the house.
I don't think so. Which one?
So before I fell asleep, I remember this. Like when I first fell asleep, I remember ordering tacos. I don't kind of faintly remember. I do remember that. Just kind of faintly, for some strange reason, I'm at a taco truck
Mm-hmm.
ordering 5 tacos de fajita
Mm-hmm.
and 5 tacos de trompo.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. That's all I remember from it. And then at the very end of my dream, I don't remember the rest, but I remember being laying down on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just having this feeling of somebody walking, right? And all I hear is something on the ground, just kind of just like if a little somebody was like doing this on the carpet, like fast, super fast, just went under the nightstand for some reason, right? And then I'm just like, I try to be big, tough, and I'm just like, get out of here, come on, get out,
Yeah.
like come on. Like, get out. I'm just screaming at her, like, come on, get out. And my girl wakes me up. And then she's like, damn, what's wrong with you? Like, her face was like scared. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know what happened. She's like, I don't know. You're over here ordering 5 tacos de fajita and 5 tacos de bistec.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, that's not what I dreamed about.
But
And then she just turns around and goes back to sleep. Right.
Mhm.
And I go back to laying down and I'm just like confused, like what just happened? You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then she turns back around. She's like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Like she was like, it kind of scared her. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I had a crazy dream. And she just turns back around and goes to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that dream that I was dreaming at the time that I woke up wasn't a dream, was an earlier dream.
Oh,
So that had me thinking, like, does time not work the same in dreams?
Oh, okay. I
see what I'm
you're
saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So when you have a dream of you falling and
Mhm.
you wake up, did that happen earlier in the dream and you just woke up because time is different? You know what I mean?
like okay, I see what you mean.
I don't know. I was tripping. I was like,
whenever
what?
whenever you wake up, it's already like time for you to go to work or something.
Like
Sometimes.
99% of the times that I wake up,
Yeah.
I look at my time, it's time for me to go to work. Like
Mhm.
2 minutes later, the alarm sounds.
Yeah, and then how many times have you had a dream where you pretty much lived the whole life in there? It seems
Yeah.
like weeks have passed, but literally it's hours.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, you're right.
time, bro. Like,
It doesn't work the same way.
because
in
if
there.
you think about it, there's your dreams are obviously not real. So why would time be real,
yeah,
right? And
I
why
see what you
would
just blew my
laws
mind.
of, why
That's
would laws
true.
of physics work in your dreams if
They
it's not
don't.
real?
they don't.
Your dreams is just what you kind of thought about,
Yeah.
but in reality, it could be anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, another thing I was thinking about, like, let's say you're 70 years old, right? Do you have a dream? Can you have a dream whenever you're like younger? Like, can you dream of your younger self even though you're 70 years old?
You probably won't notice because you can't see yourself. You will probably
True.
know that you're
You're
just
not aware.
you. Yeah, but will you be able to see maybe your parents younger?
Or somebody?
Like what do you
yeah.
think Jalen dreams about? That's what you're trying to say, right? What do you think he dreams about? Does he
What?
dream about school? Does he dream about like him literally just playing with Play-Doh or something? For
Whenever I
8
was
hours?
younger, I don't remember what I used to dream about, but I don't think it was anything about like I remember clearly one dream when I think I was in 3rd grade that I went to school,
Mhm.
but somehow I forgot my pants. So I was just walking butt ass
Oh
naked.
my God, bro. Why
And
does
then
that
I
dream
ended
a
up
lot?
like the teacher was like, "What the fuck? You know what's going on?"
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. And it was like the embarrassing thing. Or another one where I peed myself at school.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to go to the restroom and take my pants off. And then everybody saw that and everybody was like laughing at me.
Yeah.
So those are dreams that I had when I was younger.
Yeah, those
Crazy.
are unlocked memories, bro. I remember
Yeah.
always having dreams like that.
Mhm.
Like it was always like before the first day of school, I forgot my shoes or I forgot my pants or something.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you're like, oh, thank God, you know, it was
Bro,
just a dream.
I've had those too where I'm
Yeah.
literally in school
Yeah.
and I'm walking. I look down, I'm like, what? Oh, I forgot my shoes.
This whole time.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, like, what do I do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can't just go walking back home or something.
But it feels so real.
Yeah, it
it feels
feels real.
so real where you wake up and you're like,
Yeah,
that
the-
happened?
Yeah,
What the hell?
exactly.
yeah.
Or,
And
or
it-
whenever you go to sleep and you wake up and you feel like it's the next day and you for sure feel like it's the next day,
Mhm.
but it's only been an hour or something like that.
Yeah, like Yaneli just told me that she took a test and then she ended up going home, fell asleep. And when she woke up, she was like in a rush, like, oh shit, my test. But she had already taken it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a cool feeling, right?
Yeah, that's a
Like
good
when you
feeling,
wake
like, oh,
up
I
in the
did it.
morning and you're like, man, I don't want to go to work. And you're getting ready, you're dressed, and you get your phone, you're about to walk out, and you're like, what the heck is Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
And-
best
but that
feeling
that
Yeah.
you get, like, oh my God,
Like,
thank
yeah.
God.
All that stress kind of like,
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
But-
What? Go ahead.
no, I was going to say that I've had dreams. I'm not sure if we talked about this before, but I've had dreams where, let's say I'm about to talk to a girl or something. And as soon as I'm about to like make my move or something, my move, somebody knocks on my door like in real life and it wakes me up. And you're just kind of like, no, like, why did you have to
Yeah,
wake me up?
finally.
Like,
then-
why did you have to wake me up?
And then tell me, you like this always happens. You try to go to sleep to meet, maybe
Yes.
kind of get in that point where you're just
No,
like,
the next night, you're like,
Yeah.
please be there.
yeah, please
But
be there or
it
something
is
like that. But it's nowhere.
Nothing to do with that.
But
Yeah.
sometimes those dreams connect to what you were thinking about before.
Like, yeah.
Like sometimes like let's say that night you watched a scary movie, you're gonna have a scary dream. Sometimes, right? Sometimes. There's times whenever I've dreamed about like, damn, like I wish I can go to the club and just talk to some girl or something like that. And I have a dream where I'm at the club and I'm
Yeah.
trying my best to talk to a girl, but you're like at that stage where you just don't have control and you're so like, you know, kind of like whenever you're fighting and your punches just don't go through.
yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's like you're so, I guess it's like you're so like tied up that you're just seeing what you could do,
Yeah.
but you can't because you're so into your mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bro, it's crazy how I could see my dreams. Like I'm telling you, if I have a paper and a pen, I
Mhm.
could draw it perfectly right now. My dreams that I always dream.
Yeah.
And there's a few dreams that I have that I dream all the time that I always tell you about. Like
Mhm.
I can picture it right now. It's like a think of like a cliff, like rock. The whole floor is rock, like you're a mountain, kind of ovalish, like kind of leaning that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one coming this way. So think of like a crevice in a mountain, and it gets darker because you can go inside. Think of like a cave, but all open.
Mhm.
And then right here, there's a stream going, right? So you're walking on nothing but stone, and then you can see the sky in the back. But this big mountain just kind of opened,
You live
and
there?
inside there's a kid that's my friend, and his nose is kind of messed up. I know him by that. I've told you that stream a lot of times, right?
Yeah, dude.
His nose is kind of like this, and he's just a kid that lives there, and I go there visit him sometimes.
Yeah,
And
you
we
always
just-
have that dream.
Yeah, we
That's
always
weird.
go there and talk about it.
You ever think that maybe there's a day where you might see that
Imagine I see him.
kid?
That'd be crazy.
Because you don't.
Or maybe it's somebody I've seen.
Would
that
you
I
be
just don't
scared
remember.
though?
Damn, you scared me. Damn, I don't know why you scared me, bro.
Will you be scared?
Oh,
Like if
yeah.
you're like at work or something, you're just working
Like, hey, new
and
guy.
the new guy comes in and it's the same guy with the same thing.
But what
in
if
nose.
he looks at me the same way? Like,
wait,
you're that guy.
yeah, and then he comes out to me like, "Hey, bro, this might sound crazy, but I've dreamed about you on this place."
Yeah.
And he draws it, I draw it, we put it together, and it's the same.
Yeah, and
But-
he's like, but I don't appreciate that in my dream you always talked about my nose.
No,
bro."
his
You're
nose
like
is messed
looking
up.
at his nose?
No, his nose is messed up.
Yeah. Oh, what if this is a person that you might meet in the future? Because obviously in your dreams, like you don't know how old you are. So this might be
Because time
you know,
doesn't work.
Exactly. So this might be somebody that you're gonna meet in the future.
Damn, if I meet him, bro, that'd be crazy.
Maybe the world is ending or something like that, and you have no choice but to be in that crevice mountain thing you're talking about.
And
And,
then
it just
we-
so happened that you ran across this
Imagine
guy.
he's in there,
Yeah. Oh no, it's just like
Oh,
you guys.
man. No. We meet. I
Okay.
go there and then he's there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
And he knows me. Like he's been waiting for me this whole time.
Oh, dude.
Daniel, you've returned.
Damn, that'd be crazy.
Dreams are
arrived.
something that I don't think we're ever gonna understand.
But
I don't
wait.
think so.
I just read an article where the scientists are working on something that's going to be able to for you to play back your entire dream.
I think I
Black
saw
Mirror type shit.
Yeah, like for sure you can see it all.
that. Would you want that though?
Oh yeah, why not?
Obviously, you would
Not in
want
front
to,
of my
but
girl.
yeah, but what
'Cause,
what
man.
if? Oh yeah, I know.
But imagine they put play on it and it's like 40 hours of footage,
Yeah.
right? But obviously you only want to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah. But imagine it's like the weirdest thing ever. Like you know how sometimes you wake up and you forget a dream. So let's say you look back at that dream and it's you doing some weird shit.
8 hours of me just like kind of like doing
Yeah,
this or
doing
something.
that.
Yeah.
You know, eating.
Because you don't know, you don't remember that. But why
Yeah.
don't you remember? Because you had your eyes closed the whole time. Maybe
Yeah.
you fell asleep in your dream, or
don't know,
because your brain just doesn't have enough data for you to carry that, and it just kind of disposes of it because it's not too important,
I think it's just too much data.
and your brain
It
throws it away because it's not important, right?
That-
it only
yeah.
highlights the big stuff. Like,
Exactly. It has to make it some sort of impact in you that you're like, okay, I remember it waking up. If you don't, it's because it wasn't that important.
I don't think I've remember a full dream. Obviously, of 8 hours of
Yeah.
dream. Not even an hour, I think.
And then dreams are kind of like, you know, somebody telling you a story that they heard like years ago. Your dreams are, or you telling somebody your dream is never going to be that accurate. It's always going to be kind of like what you remember and you piece everything together.
Mhm.
So who knows if you're actually telling the story correctly? You
That's
know?
true, man.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I don't even remember when is the last time I had a dream. Like honestly, like I'm pretty sure I've dreamed, but I don't remember him. So I'm pretty sure there's a connection to it, like we talked about. So there has to be a way that maybe there's important dreams and there's some that don't. But I don't remember the last time I dreamed.
You know, I remember this one dream, and this was long time ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember in our neighborhood, I used to have these couple of friends, our neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like little. We were in elementary school, so we were role playing that day. We were role playing like if I was stealing something. I forgot the story, but I was stealing something, and they came around the corner and they just started shooting at me, like if they were like doing a drive by, right? Nothing about it, but whenever I went to sleep, I had a whole dream of that same scenario happening.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it was changing from me being the person who was getting shot up and the person that was shooting also. So it was just kind of changing of I was in the car with a gun
Yeah.
and I was like pop, like shooting somebody, whoever that was there. But then it was changing to the scene where I was getting shot up. And then I just remember like laying on the floor, just like help.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, what the hell? Because I woke up and I was like, wait, hold up. We were role playing this in the morning.
Yeah.
And now like I'm dreaming about it. So it was
Yeah.
like kind of like a weird connection. Like if like what we brought it to my dream, sort
Yeah.
of, you know? So it was just kind of like a weird
And who's to
dream.
say that those like two friends probably had the same similar dream?
That, or what if that scenario that I was dreaming was realistic, something happening like somewhere else,
Yeah.
right? But it seemed like if it was our house, like literally everything that we role played was exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like a car just passing by and I was over here like doing something as a random person because I never saw my face.
Yeah.
And the car passes by, shoots me, but it changes to me being the one shooting, and then it changes to me being the one getting shot. So it's kind of like role
So
playing.
you played all parts.
Yeah, all parts except the people driving, obviously, because it was a drive-by. So it's just kind of like a weird, like, oh, we role played this in the morning,
Mhm.
me and my friends, and when I went to sleep, I had a dream about what happened, but like a whole different scenario, like realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were you a kid?
Yeah, I was a kid.
Yeah,
oh, you
this-
talking about like in the dream?
No, whenever you had the dream.
Yes. I
Yeah,
in
that was CC.
elementary school. Yeah.
So
I was in
Oh
elementary
yeah,
school.
you were a kid, bro.
I mean, as a kid, I mean, I wouldn't think
10
you
or
had a
under.
dream.
That's an
that-
old dream.
That's serious. You
Yeah,
know?
that's an old dream, and
Oh yeah.
like I still remember it like if it was yesterday. Not detailed, but I remember that
You
dream.
remember
like,
it.
oh,
Yeah.
what, you know.
There's a lot of dreams that I remember. That's crazy. Right? How do you remember that? But you know what's another crazy fact? And I think I've told you before. We go to sleep for like what 8 hours a night
Mhm.
every day, So if you think about it, let's say you're 30 years old.
Mhm.
If you get 8 hours every day since you were born, that's how much data you have of dreams.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh? That's like years of dreams you have recorded in your brain. Where is it? Is it in there or is it just deleted?
And I also think about like how whenever you're living your normal day life, you tend to forget everything, but you tend to remember dreams more than memories. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of dreams that stay with you, but there's so little memories that you can recall because you tend to forget whenever you're in the real world, right? Like it's so easy to just like see something and you forget.
Yeah.
But you like you said you told your dream and you're like I can draw it.
Oh yeah, bro.
I
could
know
draw
exactly and
all my
everything.
dreams.
But not memories. Like there's some memories
I
where
don't
it's like
remember, yeah.
they fade away. Whenever you're younger, you remember them because it happens. Then you grow up, and they're like, I don't even remember whenever I was like 10,
Like
15 or
I was
something
telling
like that.
Daniel this one memory, and he was like, "What the hell? You just opened up a memory, remember?"
I was dancing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that
how
memory
you're-
was of us at our house,
Yeah.
and we played one of the Pussycat Dolls songs,
Mhm.
and we were all like practicing, like dancing for some reason. And it was like a few of our cousins in there, and he was all like, "Bro, oh my god, I remember that."
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy,
it's like
bro.
it's like I guess like key words or key things that can open like, oh, dude, you just open a memory, you know?
Yeah. Has there ever been some dreams where you're like, man, like this was the worst dream I've ever had?
More than
You know,
likely, yeah.
something that you remember there. You're like, dude, like I don't know if I can, just brush this off. Like it's haunting me. Like I keep thinking about it, type thing.
I think I remember once, and I don't know why, but I listen to a lot of like Suicide Boys. You know who those are?
No.
It's
Yeah,
a, it's, a,
but
it's, a,
anyway.
it's a group, right? And their whole just by the name Suicide Boys, right? And I remember one night I was listening to that, and I went to sleep, and I was sleeping in my dream, like I was laying down in my dream,
Mm-hmm.
and I just remember I keep looking at my phone, like damn, when is Ashley gonna come back? Because she was supposed to come back because she went to her mom's house with all the kids, right? And it was partly I remember looking at my phone, it was like 8. And I'm just like texting her, like, hey, where you at? You good? And she
Mhm.
never replied. And then
Yeah.
9, 10, 11. And I'm like, all right, I can't. I mean, what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started driving to her house. And then next thing you know, there's like a crash and it's her truck, right? And I'm
Mhm.
just in there like what? But there's nobody in there. They're like, no, there's nothing. It's just like it been happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, damn, like the police are around there, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because I'm over here like opening doors and stuff. Yeah, that's my family, it's my family. And they're like, oh, they went to this place, right? So I get in my car and I drive over there. And then I just keep going into they keep like the other doctors are like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And I'm Daniel, I'm
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's husband, this and that. And they're all like, I keep telling them, where they at? Where they at? I'm just panicking and going crazy. And they're like, sorry, but your wife didn't make it.
Mm.
But I don't know why they did that. But they could have just said, hey, your whole family just died. But
Yeah.
they kept making me go inside of each room. I will go inside of Ashley's room and be like, sorry,
Mm.
man, she didn't make it. So I'll run to my other daughter's room. They'll be like, sorry, she didn't make it. And I
Mhm.
run to the other daughter's room, like, sorry, she didn't make it. And I run to the baby's room, like, sorry, she didn't make it. So I'm just like, what am I now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who am I? What am I? Like I lost everything, basically.
And then
you know what I mean?
Suicide Boys started playing.
No. This is just
No,
kind
yeah,
of
no.
like coincidentally.
Yeah.
And then I remember just going to the house and then just my mom kept calling me, right? And I told her, and then she thought that I was like gonna kill myself. So she couldn't let me, I don't know why I remember. She couldn't let me like heal because she was like she had to be right there. You know what I mean? And I didn't want her there. I wanted to be like in a dark room alone to myself.
You wanted to deal with it by yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But she was scared that I was gonna like kill myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I kept telling her, no, I'm not gonna do it. But honestly, I probably was. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
like I kept saying like, who am I? But I remember being like like empty. Like I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I just felt like I don't want to like maybe you should cut this, but I kind of probably felt the same way other people feel that probably do end up committing suicide. You know what I mean? Just empty, like nothing. Like what's the point?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That feeling is crazy, bro. You're just like you could just disappear right now, and there's no problem. I could just jump, no hesitating, nothing. There's nothing that's gonna stop me. There's no point. You know what I mean? There's no let me. You know how when you try to jump inside a pool, you're kind of iffy and you kind of keep.
Yeah.
There's no point. You're just gonna jump in. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That type of feeling, that type of void, just
You,
emptiness.
you can't fill it in. I mean, if
And I remember waking up and I was just crying, bro. But this was my other house. I was just crying, and for some reason at that time, the baby was just born. And me and Ashley was sleeping in 2 different rooms. She would sleep with the baby, and I'll go sleep in my game room. Just I had a guest room in there, and I was waking up crying, like damn, that was a crazy feeling. And
so it still haunts you, still.
it doesn't haunt me, but I just remember it like deeply, like that feeling. I remember it, just emptiness, just not wanting to be here, and able to, and will do, and am going to, just end it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's crazy, bro. I haven't felt that, but I felt it that day and that night.
It kind of opens your eyes a little bit, and it makes you be like, man, I need to appreciate whatever time, you know, God wants to give me here with my family and everybody that I love. Because like you said, you can be here one day and the next day you're not.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. It's like a wake up call.
Oh, yeah.
Your
man.
dreams, you know, sometimes. One dream that I always kind of think about is whenever, and I'm pretty sure I've already talked about this, but whenever I was like younger, I always used to have this dream where I was like in a room, dark room, and it seemed like it was like more of an abandoned room, right? Everything was kind of falling apart. The walls were like, the paint was kind of, you know, just falling. It was old. And I remember it's me sitting down in front of a TV in the middle of the room. And my whole life to that point is playing in the TV. And I don't know if you remember whenever you were watching The Ring and it would start, like that movie, the scary movie, The Ring, it would start and it would kind of be like kind of glitchy or, you know, staticky. And that's what I'm seeing on the TV, and it turns on and it's like my whole life, right? And it's like flashing, memories. And then I see the room kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm suffocating, right? I'm feeling like I'm gonna die. And there's a doorway in that. Obviously, there's a door, and you can't see really outside, but you can see a silhouette of somebody just looking at me. And if I can remember exactly how that person looked like, it reminds me of that devil-looking creature
Insidious?
Or person from Insidious.
Yeah.
It was that same silhouette type of, you know, person.
Okay.
That's why whenever I watched that movie, it was super scary to watch because it reminded me so much of that dream. And in my dream, that room is getting smaller. I'm suffocating. I'm gonna die. I feel like I am. And then as soon as it gets small enough, I wake up. And in real life, I'm like, you know, going to my parents' room. I'm crying. I'm sad. I don't want to go to sleep. I'm just paranoid because I know that I'm gonna have the same dream again.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm conscious that I'm telling myself that I'm gonna have this dream, I end up having the dream again.
Okay.
Every single time I go to sleep, I have the dream. This happened for maybe like 3 months of consistently just like really, really like hating going to sleep because I was having the same dream.
This was when you were living with my mom, you said?
It was whenever I was living with my mom and we were sharing a room, I think at the time. And I want to say maybe I was maybe like 8.
Wow.
Around that time, I was a kid. I was a really young kid. And that memory, obviously it's like already gone, right? I mean, I don't think about it as often, but there's times where I do because, like, for example, just yesterday, you know, I'm sitting down, I'm editing a video and the door is kind of half open and I'm feeling like there's somebody there.
Oh, okay. Like you're fearful.
You know how sometimes you just feel like there's somebody, there's a presence.
Yeah.
And then everything in your mind makes you feel like there's somebody looking at you. And it could be the slightest kind of sound and you're like, what was that?
Yeah.
You're scared. You're picking up on every single thing. And that's what happens every single time that I'm alone. That memory comes back. Every time I hear something and it's dark outside or it's dark in the room, I think about that person, that silhouette. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure like it's, you know, it's just in my dreams. That's, you know, there's no correlation to anything. But there's times where I do feel like it kind of goes more and it comes outside of the dream. Like, you know, I just feel like it's still there somehow.
What if it is, but you just can't see it in real life?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it means. I don't even want to think about it because I'm afraid that I'm gonna go to sleep tonight and have it again. But
You know
That
what?
sucks.
I have a cheat code to that.
What?
It's kind of my cheat code that I've been using since I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go to sleep, like let's say I saw a scary movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I try to go to sleep, but I can't sleep because my brain just automatic. I don't know if you guys can control it, but my brain automatically puts a monster in front of me or some shit that's stopping me from dreaming,
Yeah.
right? From falling asleep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It might sound crazy, but what I do is I dream of white paint going over my whole vision.
Mm-hmm.
And every time it'll come back, more white paint, just white paint, white paint, white paint going over everything.
You're just thinking this?
I'm thinking of white
Okay.
paint just flooding my eyes.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would, my dream would start, and I would just control it by white paint falling in my eyes.
and
Just
then you can't
keep
see.
going, keep going, keep going. It's just kind of the same thing as when you count sheep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of the same thing, just white, and then you just fall asleep. It works every time, bro.
Huh. Okay.
Next
Try
time
it.
you go watch a scary movie right now, go to sleep and
Yeah.
just think of white paint, not black, not nothing, white paint.
Yeah.
Just keep going, and then they'll come back. And just keep going. It'll come back, keep going. Just keep
That's crazy how
keep having white paint. Just keep flooding your eyes, and then you just fall asleep.
it's
bro.
crazy how your mind works, right?
Yeah, yeah.
On that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like those TikToks where they say, "Hey, keep looking at the middle, and then blink twice, and then look over there, and the next thing you know, it's a whole freaking image."
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Or those TikToks where they say, "Look at those two boxes, like one's gray, one's white, and then put a middle over it. The middle, they're both the same color."
Yeah.
Because your mind or
It
others
fills information.
exactly. There's others where it's like a red picture with like lines, and they're like, "Hey, hold it again away from you," and there's no color to it. It's just your mind filling in the blanks
Yeah.
for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. What about you, Ivan? Have you ever had a dream where you're like it still haunts you?
Not a dream, but I've had a lot of thoughts when it comes to like real world type of situations that always are in the back of my mind. So it's not really a dream, but it's more like
You're scared of
just scared of situations, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm sure I've said it before to you guys, but it's more like
one of your parents
damn,
died.
yeah.
I
That's
think about
always
it
in the
all the
back of
time,
my
bro.
mind because today I was watching a podcast of Matthew McConaughey, and it opens your eyes to that shit because in his perspective or in his life, it was more like I'm so like in front and I'm never looking back because I know that I have my parents in the back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
no matter what, like, oh, hey dad, I need help with this. Hey mom, I need help with that. You know, and so you're kind of like always with them.
Mhm.
So he said that whenever his father died, he was like, hey dad, oh, he's not there no more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it makes you be like,
That's
like
when
you
it
have,
hits you.
yeah, that's when it hits you, and you have to appreciate the fact that, damn, so he was always helping me, you know.
Yeah.
And that's whenever I guess you have to grow to know yourself, to be like, okay, now that he's not here, he taught me everything to this point,
Mhm.
and now I have to continue. So whenever I have my son, he can do the same to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
I
look
see.
back at me
Yeah, bro.
as how the way that I
Mhm.
looked back at my dad. And
Yeah.
that always gets to me because it's like
man.
right now I go to my bed and I sleep, chill, whatever. But the day that my mom or my dad are not here, it's like I can't do that no more. I have to bust my ass to what I want and what I can for my money, for my house, for this. Because if my mom or my dad like pass away, you know, God, hopefully never that never happens soon. Like I'm not gonna be able to afford for the house or by myself, or I don't know what, like how to pay the bills for our house. I don't know where to go. Like if it happens like at night, if it happens at night, like damn, like, and then you still have that thing where it's like if it does happen at night and that day before, instead of going and being like, hey, you know, dad, you know, welcome to the house again, because you know he went to work, instead of being like, hey, you know, good to see you. You decided, let me just go to sleep, or let me just play my video game. And then the next morning where you realize, damn, he's not here no more. I should have. And now you have this big regret. That's another thing that like I have in the back of my mind. Regret.
Yeah.
You know, even though a lot of people say,
But you
shouldn't have
keep
regret.
doing it though, right?
Yeah,
that's
and
the thing
what
that
sucks.
sucks. Yeah,
Because that's the thing that we were talking about a lazy mindset.
Mhm.
We struggle with that. I don't know about you, but I kind of struggle with the fact that it's like, man, I want to do this, I want to do that. But once it gets to like, I get to my room, let me just get in my bed and start watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, I can be doing this, I can be doing that, but I'm still gonna watch my videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it sucks because it's kind of like, not stupid at least to say, but it's kind of like a disease. Like you just can't control it. You're just fucking like, I want to watch my this new podcast,
and it just controls you.
Yeah.
It's an addiction. Yeah, that's why I would say a wish is only a goal without momentum. Like you can wish for $1 million, or you could work for $1 million. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could wish for a 6-pack, or you could go work for a 6-pack. A wish is only a goal without momentum.
Yeah.
Until you start it, you'll get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. That's the same thing with me. I want to go, I'll work out and this and that, this and that, this and that. But sometimes you probably like, you're laying down, let's say it's 8 o'clock, you're laying down, you're on TikTok, you're like, man, I don't want to do it. And it's just something stops you from doing it. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, but but I see what you're saying, man. I run that scenario all the time. Like, what if my parents died? Like, what's going to happen? I kind of have to, because I need to know, I need to be prepared to what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, let's say my dad dies. I need to kind of know what's going to happen with my mom. You know what I mean? I kind of, so she's going to go, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if my dad dies, how's he gonna die? Is he gonna have something where we're gonna be able to say goodbye, not goodbye, or we're gonna go see him? How am I gonna act? Am I gonna be the strong guy? Am I gonna be the crybaby? Like, I think about that, and I'm like, no, I have to be strong. I have to, like, you know what I mean? Not show him that, you know what I mean? That I'm, you know what I mean? I need to show him that everything's gonna be okay and this and that. I run every single scenario, bro.
Everything.
Yeah, but
every single scenario.
You can run every scenario, but nothing's gonna prepare you for that.
Nothing's gonna prepare. But the thing that sucks is it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. It's gonna happen. You just gotta kind of be prepared for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you can't really prepare for it because you don't know what's gonna happen. When it's gonna happen.
Yeah. But I mean, the only thing I think we can take away is that, regardless of how much time they have, or we have ourselves, like, you should never take anything for granted.
And just like a quick example out of you know what I mean, just a quick example of how you don't know what's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen. The other day I was run through my bills just to kind of see how I can save some money, and one area that I was looking at was car insurance. My car is like a little old, so I was like, man, let me see how much difference it would be if I just switched from full coverage to liability, right? And I was running the numbers, and the way it works is you have Medicare, and just in case something happens to you, like, I don't care about me, I'll take it off. This cover your car, and just in case you crash, it's an old car, I don't care, I'll just buy another one. So I was taking these off, and it was saving me like $100 or $50 a month. And I'm like, is $50 worth it for me to not get paid if I get hurt, if not paying my car off, or give me the same value of my car and this and that. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm going to take it off. Something's like, nah, I'm going to just keep it. At the end of the day, I was like, man, I'm going to just keep it. And I'll think about it later. Mm-hmm. That same day, I get hit in the back of my car. I get hit in the back of my car. I was in a red light, and some guy hit me in the back. I was stopped, and he hit me. And I got off, and I was like, hey, you all right? What happened? And it was this Hispanic guy.
Young or old?
No, he was young.
Oh.
He's like, hey, papi, perdóname, papi. Es que no estaba mirando, es que mira. And he had like a lot of stuff in the floor. Like, se me cayeron todo, perdóname, papi, acabo de llegar, papi, perdóname, ¿cómo está tu carro? And I went to go look, and it was just two like indentions where the screws of the license plate kind of hit.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna report it.
Yeah, because it's not gonna benefit nobody. So I just, it's all right, just go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, gracias. Like, he was real thankful, you know what I mean? Because you could tell he was scared. Like, he just got here, and he's probably gonna, you know what I mean, get deported and all that stuff. So I just get out of here. But I was like, damn, what if he hit me a little harder and I lost my car, or I got hurt, and then that same day I took off my insurance?
That was probably like a knock on the door from God, like, hey, you did the good choice. It's just a warning, you know?
Well, no, I mean,
it's not that. But the same day, bro. The same day.
Yeah.
Keep you in mind, I haven't had an accident, and probably the last time when we were together, remember I got hit in the back also?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
I don't remember.
Years, bro.
Yeah.
That's been more than 5 years. And before that, never.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That same day, bro. The same day I was at work thinking about it. I went home, I got hit.
Like you said, it's not that big of a deal. Do you think it's coincidence, or do you think it's
I mean, it's a crazy coincidence, bro. Because
that, and it's also like you just never know when you're gonna need it. So why not have it?
Yeah.
Like there's a saying, like, you pay for insurance, you hate to pay for insurance, but you never know when you're gonna need it.
Well, now I know, but when
Yeah.
I'm just comparing it to my dad. Like instead of you, the day that you decide, man, let me go and hug him and tell him I love him, it's probably too late. That same day, you're waiting for him. He probably already died. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think
don't wait till that
Yeah.
happens for you to start realizing. You know what I mean?
I think for me, it probably took like moving out for me to be like, oh shit, you know, now that I'm not with them like 24/7 like I used to be, or not 24/7, but a lot, you know, more often. Now it's like, man, I need to like always try my best to either call, go over there, and you guys know. I mean, most of the time I'm always either there visiting, doing something, because
Call it.
that's one thing that I don't want to have whenever they're not here, like that regret. And I know I'm not gonna have that. Whether I'm gonna be ready or not, I'm not gonna be ready. I'm not gonna be prepared. It's gonna be tough, and I'm always gonna be catching myself trying to have, you know, phone call, like trying to, you know, call my mom or something, because I do that every single day. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. It's I don't even want to think about that, but I do know that, like I said, the time is not, it's not forever, you
Yeah.
know. So
man.
you have to, and you don't even have to think
Crazy.
about it with your parent. You think about it with your loved ones, with your
Mhm.
with your kids.
Yeah,
You know,
man. Like
there's
just
so many.
Just imagine we used to all live together at one point,
Mhm.
and it felt like yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
And that yesterday felt like it will never go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I
There's-
mean?
Mhm.
And there's times where it's like, it just so happened that you didn't bring your kids over to my mom's, and then Yaneli's kids are somewhere else, and then it's just all of us sitting in the table, and it just feels like the old days.
I remember one time that we used to always go to this restaurant, and we
Mhm.
used to always sit in that one round table, Cafe
Yeah.
Cole. You remember?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And I remember this was a long time ago, but not that long ago where we haven't done that, because that used to be kind of like a thing we used to always do
hmm
every time, right?
Mhm.
And I remember we had kids, Yaneli had kids, everything. But I remember one time that happened where we all didn't have our kids for some reason,
yeah.
and we all went there and we all sat in the same table.
Same
Do you remember
spots?
that?
I'm
like
pretty
it was
sure I
the same
remember
spot.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
think
I was
we,
like,
I
I
think
don't
we
know-
even talked about it, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you sit here, you sit there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I remember exactly where I sit, where he said, and that was like kind of like what you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's sad to think stuff like that, because you can't go back to that, bro.
yeah. You,
But
you never
it
got
just
those.
happened though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and it sucks because you'll probably, well, not because that restaurant's no longer there.
Mhm.
But
I think what's beautiful is that you can always recreate memories that you're always gonna have with not your family. You're gonna have memories where your kids are gonna think back to. You know, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I remember whenever I was a kid, I used to do this with my dad."
yeah, man. I remember when we were kids, and I remember asking my mom, like, "Do you remember when you were a kid?" And she was like, "Yeah." Like she's like, "It's gonna go by so fast, you have no idea." And then look, bro, look at me now. I have kids of my own. You know what I mean? Like it happened like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It goes by quick, bro.
It goes by
Mhm.
super quick, bro.
I think that's a good stopping point. I think if anybody can take anything from this podcast is, one, dreams are connected in some way. They mean some stuff. So obviously, like, you know, just be mindful that some dreams do mean something. You know, they correlate with the real world in some way sometimes. And then also, you know, don't take time for granted.
Mhm.
Always be there for loved ones.
Yeah.
Don't wait till it's too late to start. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Start
don't wait.
before
Start. And man, dude, it's gonna rain pretty bad. So you guys need to probably like head home, and hopefully everything goes well. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the end of episode 28. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in episode 29, almost 30. Peace.
Peace.
Adios.